That is the stat market opening bell. We give you the stats, and you buy if you think these stats will remain or increase, sell if you think they'll decrease. All right, so you got the ground rules. Let's start with LeBron James, who is creating for teammates at the best pace of his career. In fact, his points created, which combines points scored and assisted on, is at a career high 50.6 points a game. So, Amin, he's going to stay the point guard of the Lakers. Do you buy or sell?
Buy 50,000 shares, buy. Here's the deal. You got LeBron James, first of all, this is the second fastest pace of his career. So there's a lot more opportunities for him to score and create for the others. Second of all, you got Anthony Davis. He's the best compliment he's ever had. Buy on this.
I'm right here. I'm right
number
here.
one, no, we got to yell because they're on the stock market floor. And then also, most importantly, they run that pick and roll to death. It is the most unstoppable play right now in the NBA.
Yes.
And they do it a lot, and they got a lot of opportunities to do it. I'm buying all the way.
You're doing your pad. You got it.
All-time high in touches, so
Yes.
the ball staying in his hands,
Yep.
right? Playing that point guard, he becomes one of the most dominant forces in the league. They surround him with shooting. They surround him with vertical spacing. He's just going to stay on this track. I don't know if he could stay at 50, but he's going to stay up high right there all the way through, and especially with trying to catch the Bucks and trying to win these games down the stretch, he's going to play at a high level.
Watching him do this, I know you guys did the positionless basketball with the Heat. You sort of pushed him into spaces of less comfort for him. Should you have done this? Should you have gone so far to start him as point guard?
I mean, maybe. But at the time, how our roster worked out, it really helped us to have like another ball handler like Chalmers or somebody like that, a Norris Cole on the floor. So when that ball started moving, we had another guy that can go attack. But what Frank has done with him and the positions he's put him in has been fantastic, and that's why he's an MVP candidate.
There you go. All right, next up, we have the Pelicans, who happen to play on ESPN tonight. Look at that. Their five-man lineup of Drew Holiday, Derek Favors, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and Zion Williamson. This is insane. Plus 26 points per 100 possessions. That's the best of any lineup with at least 200 minutes played. For reference, 7 points better than Milwaukee's best lineup, and we know the insane clip they've been winning at. So, Coach, do you buy or sell the dominance of this five-man lineup?
I'm buying. I said this when he first came back. Those three guys, those perimeter players, are all point guards in their own way. So the pace that they play at, Zion brings the ball up. They play at a breakneck pace together. They got two guards that pressure the ball and get steals. Ingram's a long deflections guy, and those two bigs clean up all of the rebounds. So you're usually only getting one shot, if any, against that group. And so, yes, I am buying. I think they are dynamic. I think they're fast. I wouldn't want to face them.
Oh, we got a buyer? I'm selling to you, Coach. 20,000 shares. Here's the deal. I love this lineup. It is excellent defensively. I think that is sustainable. Right. Offensively, though, I have questions because Derek Favors.
Yeah, I'm right
No,
here.
we're on the floor. I gotta yell this stuff out. Favors. And Zion, not spacers. Lonzo Ball shooting 38% from three this year. Shout out to Fred Vincent for helping them with that. But still, reputationally, not a spacer. I don't know if they can keep scoring at this pace to keep up that kind of spread. But defensively, it's great. Coach, I'm selling you 20,000 shares.
See, that's why I got to buy them because, again, that's a defensive unit that runs.
Yep.
So they're not dependent as much on half-court spacing and things like that. That's one of those teams for a stretch of the game that can just blow a game open because of the pace.
And they're forcing turnovers, which leads right back into the transition game and what you're exactly talking about. All right, I want to get on to Trey Young. Very polarizing player. Young, undoubtedly one of the top offensive players in the league, ranking 5th in ESPN's offensive real plus minus. However, he ranks not third to last, not second to last, but yes, last among 502 players in defensive real plus minus. So, Amin, do you buy or sell this rank? Do you think that this is a true reflection of where Trey Young is?
I wish I watched Mad Money or whatever that show is on CNBC. Like, this is a hot buy. Look, here's the deal. Trey Young coming out in the draft. This is what we were worried about. Between him and Luka Doncic, we both worried about their defense, but one guy's 6'8", and the other guy's my height. And that's a big issue in the NBA. Then on top of that, he's playing on a bad team. And when you play on a bad team, the first thing to slip is defensive intensity. We don't care. We want to get our points. We want to get our assists.
There's no one helping him.
Well, you know, there's only so much you can help.
Yeah.
And everyone else on the team has to want to help too.
Don't pretend that we've had high offensive players who have been helped by a strong defense around them, making up for their lack of.
Yes, but not bad teams at the end of the season. Well, they never play defense at that point.
Defensively, they're the blind leading the blind, though. So it's not like he's got, like, veteran guys protecting
Tell us how you really feel.
No, it's the truth. They're a young team. They don't know, they haven't established the habits that you need to build to protect a Trey Young. You know what I mean? You need to have guys behind him that really cover up his warts.
Yes.
But I do think over the course of his career, if he starts to understand how to use his speed to pressure, if he really starts to study the opponent and understand what they're trying to run, how he can disrupt them, he can be an impactful player.
100,000 shares, by the way. I didn't say that.
You didn't say that.
I need to buy 100,000 of those.
Who was it who said 2 years ago when he signed his contract with the Bulls, defense doesn't matter in the NBA anymore?
Jabari Parker.
There we go.
There it is.
And we see how that worked out.
Did he play on the
Lastly, there's Mitchell Robinson, who's giving Knicks fans a glimmer of hope these days.
My man.
Robinson shooting 73.7% from the field this season, on pace to be the best in NBA history. Yes, higher than peak DeAndre Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain. So, Fizz, your guy, you coached him.
Love him.
Do you buy or sell him setting the field goal percentage record?
I'm buying all your shares.
No!
I absolutely think he can pull this off. He knows who he is. He stays in his wheelhouse. He's a lob guy. He's an offensive rebounder, and he's a lead in those areas. So finishing around the rim and doing things around the basket, and he's really crafty with some of his other finishes. I really believe that he can finish out the season at that percentage.
Coach bought all the shares, so there are none left. I wanted to buy some as well.
I'm buying all those shares. That's my guy.
But here's the reality. As Coach said, he plays in he knows his role, but also he doesn't play a whole lot of minutes. It's not like a guy playing 38, 39 minutes who has a lot of opportunities to start to get out of his kind of wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So within that, there's a nice comfort around where he does and where he operates, and he knows his game. And as we see in all these highlights, almost everything is a dunk. I think he's going to do it.
Yeah, and he's one of the best running bigs in the league. He's so fast,
Easy target,
end to end, that he's going to get easy baskets.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.